Playing Telly Addicts tonight are Phil and Vince from Whitstable, Wendy and Mel from Berkshire, Ian and Alan from Kenton's Chester. And here he is, who else but Noel Edmonds!
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, there's a fella holding a sign up down there. Good evening, welcome to Telly Addicts. Oh, that's nice. Well, welcome yourself. Oh, he's holding up another card now. For goodness sake, be funny. Well, I don't tell jokes. I'm more of an observer on life, particularly the life of television. I observe those shows that reach out and touch us, like Blind Date. And a friend of mine met his wife on Blind Date. The panel went back, and there she was. And he said, "Hello, love, what are you doing here?" Good evening.
Good evening.
You must be darts players. Phil has an ambition in life. He would like to be George Dawes.
Getting close.
And there's Vince, who's a banker. And always gets the same reaction.
Yeah.
And he plays with Phil in a band called Point Blank.
Yeah.
Why?
Because he lives next door, and it saves the noise coming through, so we just do it together at the same time.
OK, got some telly for you to look at.
Fact is, you are Regent.
Yes, I am.
Appointed by God, and I shall stick by you forever, though infirmity lay me waste and ill health curse my every waking moment.
Well, good on you, sir. And don't talk to me about infirmity. Why, sir, you are the hardy stock that is the core of Britain's greatness. You have the physique of a demigod, purple of cheek and plump of fetlock, the shapely ankle and the well-filled trouser that tells of a human body in perfect working order.
He's dead, sir.
All right, a dead funny moment for the Prince Regent's butler, Blackadder, who plays Edmund Blackadder.
Rowan Atkinson.
It was so easy, you had to look at me and think twice, didn't you? Rowan Atkinson, Blackadder and Baldrick frequented Mrs. Miggins' shop. What was Mrs. Miggins famous for selling?
Pies.
Pies, yes. Who links Rowan Atkinson to Rory McGrath?
Mel Smith?
Yeah, go on.
Mel Smith?
No, Tony Robinson. Plays Baldrick, and also Rory McGrath in Who Dares Win. She got 2 out of 3, not a bad opener. At last, sophistication. We have Wendy and Mel, who say they're both interested in beer, wine and telly. And this is Wendy, who fell asleep once in an Eric Clapton concert. Wendy, how did you manage to fall asleep while he was making all that noise then?
I was drunk, no.
And this is Mel. Give her a nudge if she nods off.
I will.
We've got a couple of clips for you now.
Will you give me a straight answer to a straight question?
Oh, well, Minister, as long as you're not asking me to resort to crude generalizations and vulgar oversimplifications such as a simple yes or no, I shall do my utmost to oblige.
Is that yes?
Yes.
Right. Yes, well, here's the straight question.
Oh, I thought that was it.
Confusion reigning there at Whitehall in Yes, Minister. Who played the amiable Minister Jim Hacker?
Paul Eddington.
Yes. Bernard Woolley was a faithful member of Jim Hacker's staff. What position did he hold?
Who was the other bloke?
Private secretary.
Yeah.
Yes, he was. Private secretary. Who links Paul Eddington to Basil Brush?
Derek Folds.
Why?
Because Derek Folds was Mr. Derek.
That's it. And because there he is. Bernard Woolley. Very good. Well done. Very good. 3 out of 3. We haven't met Ian and Alan yet. They could be the eventual winners. Here's Ian, who's a military historian. He's a Zulu expert. Well, that fell off Star Trek.
Oh, that's
And there's Alan, who used to live with your wife.
He did indeed, yeah.
Yeah. Come on. A hint of a scandal, a sniff of a scandal.
I lived with my wife as well at the same time.
Oh, you were all in the same
Although
place?
neither of them are either of our wives at the time.
I love it. And you would love to be on a TV programme where you could die spectacularly.
That's correct, yeah.
I do it every week on this show. all right, thank you. Your clip. Good luck.
I said to her, you tried to see in girl's room, and she go crazy. I tell her, you got to see girl in room. You crazy about this girl, okay? Okay, so you go up to try to look at her, and Mrs. Faulty, she go crazy. Now, that's how an Englishman would do it, you see. Now, a German would go... No, that's enough for tonight. All right, we're going with your training in the morning. We're just training him in the art of hotel management. It's rather interesting, actually. He's from Barcelona. And one of the more...
Basil Fawlty letting Manuel know who's the boss. Which actor is playing the manic hotel owner?
John Cleese.
So easy, isn't it? Manuel had a pet rat called Basil. But what breed was he conned into thinking it was?
What hamster?
Siberian
hamster.
A Siberian hamster. Who links John Cleese to Richard Wilson?
Angus Deaton.
Eric Idle. He was one of the Monty Pythons. And he sings the theme tune to One Foot in the Grave. So you get 2 out of 3. And the beginner's guide is next. There's work to do. Come on we go. The beginner's guide. OK, Phil and Vince, we talked to Ruth Maddock about Heidi High. She came up with 10 things she thinks you should know about Heidi High. Starting with you, Phil, go.
Yellowcoats. It was set at Maplin's. It was about a holiday camp.
She's the head of the Yellowcoats. They have the boss was called by her.
It was Ted Bovis, Spike, the twins, Barry and Yvonne Fletcher. Heidi High was a catchphrase. Come on, campers, or wake up, campers.
I started the morning with Bing Bongs on the xylophone.
There was a Punch and Judy show. The chap was always drinking. Peggy made beds.
I wanted to be a yellow coat.
It's not easy. It really isn't easy. Set in the 1950s, you could have said. Entertainment manager, Geoffrey, then there was Clive. You could have mentioned Gladys, Fancy's the entertainment manager, or indeed both of them. And the theme song, Holiday Rock. You got 6 out of 10, which is very good. Wendy and Mel. We've been talking to Gordon Kay about Hello, Hello. So, starting with you, Wendy, go.
OK, it's set in the war in France. It's the cover for the Renaissance, for the resistance movement. And there's Rennie, and he says a lot, and
Rennie's having affairs with all the waitresses, and there's Michelle who says these only words, listen very carefully, and she wears a beret and a big rain hat, and she works for the resistance.
And there's a gendarme, and he comes in, and there are some British officers, and they come in by parachute, and they're always...
And the gendarme's actually English undercover, and he can't speak French very well either.
And they drink a lot of wine, and they're Germans that come into the cafe, and he's always trying to...
René Artois runs the Cafe Artois. You missed that. His wife, Edith, is a very bad singer. You missed that as well. The radio is hidden under Mother's bed, you could have said, and all I want, or all they want, is the fallen Madonna with the big boobies. You also got 6. John Inman, talk to us about Are You Being Served? What 10 things did he come up with? Away you go.
I'd sit in a department store. John Inman plays a very camp floor walker.
The department store's called Grace Brothers, run by old Mr. Grace and young Mr. Grace, who goes, "You've all done very well."
The senior floor walker is Captain Peacock. The 2 female characters are Miss Brahms and the other one I can't remember.
Mrs. Slocum, who is always going on about her pussy. Also Mr. Rumbold, Mr. Lucas.
It's run by young Mr. Grace. He's incredibly old. We might have had that already.
What else can we say? It's the menswear and ladieswear department, which I think is on...
Oh, right on the edge. Oh, yes. Now, after all, we were talking to John Inman, so you would expect I'm free from Camp Mr. Humphreys. Mr. Grace always had dolly birds on his arm. Mrs. Slocum had coloured hair. And the distinctive theme tune, Going Up. You've also got 6. Which means this is the closest Telly Addicts that we've had for some time. 8, Phil and Vince, 9, Wendy and Mel, and 8 to Ian and Alan. So, this is the moment where we ask the question, who's daft enough to get in the smoky box? Once again, a well-known person is left gasping for air inside the Telly Addicts mystery box. 3 points, a valuable 3 points. If you're able to identify who the person is, you won't stand a clue until you get a clue, and the clues come after you correctly answer the questions. Fingers on the buzzers. How is the winning team decided? On Ready, Steady, Cook. Yes, gentlemen.
By voting on green tomatoes or red peppers, the audience.
The other way around, but I'll give you that. And so... Oh, my word. Oh, this feels heavy. OK. OK, right, I think you pop that away. Thanks. There we go, on to the second question. Who could you have breakfast with on Sunday mornings on BBC One? Oh, yeah, at the far end.
David Frost.
David Frost, yes, you're quite right, David Frost. So the second clue is coming. A collection of humorous verse. Thank you, mystery guest. No ideas? Who presents 15 to 1? Yes, guys.
William G. Stewart.
William G. Stewart, yes. That's a fat lot good, isn't it? I mean, that really... Thanks very much. Thanks. No takers. Which show airs viewers' comments on BBC programmes? Yes, again.
Points of View.
Points of View. That was incredibly easy. Who's that? Or is it actually somebody? Is it someone alive? We'll go on. No one's taking it. Which police station do the Bill report to? Yes, girl.
Sunhill.
Sunhill, yes. Well, bearing in mind what came out last time, I hate to think what's going to appear here. Oh, you're going for it.
Is it Craig Charles?
Craig Charles.
You think it's Craig Charles? Yeah. Why, when a aluminium...
Red Dwarf.
What?
Red Dwarf.
You think it's Craig Charles from Red Dwarf? They got it. Very good, very good.
You stuck your bum out of my box. I'm a space bum, though. I'm a space bum.
OK, you brought along some goodies for us.
Yeah, we've got a question for you. What is the name of my character in Red Dwarf?
Yes. Let's say yes.
Well done.
Well done.
Have a prize.
Simple as that. Easy peasy. Craig Charles, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. I'm afraid it's back to the hot box. Take him away. So, this is the point where we find out who do we have to say goodbye to. Phil and Vince have got 11. Wendy and Mel have got 13. Ian and Alan have only got 9. On this series of Telly Addicts, there are no losers, just people who get these things. But thank you for coming this far, and you four come this far. Who's going in the pyramid?
I am.
Oh, God, we've got to look at that as well. Right.
Yep.
So would you like to choose him something here? Come on down, barking, breath of fresh air, a good sport. What do you think he'd be good at?
Breath of fresh air.
More like barking. Girls, what are we going for? Who's going in? Mel's going in. Wendy, choose something devilish for her.
Barking.
Time for some canine awareness, as your questions are all about TV dogs, so good luck, here they come. Petra, Pat, Shep, Bonnie and Goldie all appeared regularly on which children's programme?
Blue Peter.
Fleal, the Basset Hound, plays guitar in which band?
Not a clue.
The Banana Splits. Which superhero doubled as canine police station janitor Henry Pooch?
Hong Kong Ferry.
Yes, the biggest spotty dog in all the world featured in which Watch with Mother stories?
Wooden Tops.
Yes! What breed of dog was H.G. Wells, the Glover's family pet in Father Dear Father?
Not a clue at all.
St Bernard. What was unusual about Jamie Summers' Alsatian?
It was bionic.
Cracker belonged to which resident of Brookside Close?
Jimmy Corkill.
Yes, Diefenbaker is the faithful husky of which Canadian Mountie?
Oh, I don't know.
Benton Fraser. Oh, we nearly got to the magic roundabout. You got 5 of them. And so, a breath of fresh air, I believe you've been lumbered with. Questions all about the natural world and life in the open air. Complete the sentence. The undersea world of...
Jacques Cousteau.
What was the outdoor occupation of Smelly Ibbotson, Cheese and Egg and Heavy Breathing?
No.
Dustbin Men. Which naturalist blew his bugle in his backyard?
No, sorry.
David Bellamy. Pippin and his pet squirrel Top occupied a tree in which wood?
Nutkinwood.
Pogle's How did Ripping Yarns adventurer Captain Snetterton propose to cross the Andes?
Dressed as an elephant.
No, by frog. In which game show did Annika Rice and Annabel Croft scour Britain by helicopter?
Treasure Hunt.
Who enjoyed Secret Rendezvous in the Woods with Mel as the gamekeper?
Lady Chatterley's Lover.
Yes.
Lady
Charles
Chatterley.
and Caroline Ingalls lived on a small holding in Walnut Grove with their daughters in which series? Oh, they might give you that because it was just on the edge of the bit where it goes... And you got 4.
Thank you.
4. Very good. Now, because this is the last show in the series, we don't have a viewers' competition this week, but we will wrap things up, and John Savidant last week was making things very easy for that particular Telly Addict, because it was Captain Mannering that he was talking about, and the digital camcorder is all yours. But now, we're going to another world, the world of television. Come on, everybody. Stand around all day for you. We've got to go to Turkey.
In Turkey, there's beautiful Byzantine architecture, minarets, the Golden Gate Bridge, bazaars and lots of strong black coffee. There are 4 main channels and 350 satellite stations. You need the coffee to stay awake. This is a comedy show, obviously, because there's a man wearing a woman's wig. Oh, the old splash from the puddle gag never fails. Yes, that's Mehmet Osman, last seen in Albert Square. She's saying, so all you had to say was sorted, listen and look, and they paid you £100 a year? Yeah, but I also had to kiss Ethel Skinner. If you love to laugh, this show's for you. These people don't know if they do. Well, they've never tried. Here, a man blows into a potato, while 2 women play carpet beaters. This pair are talking about the annual camel wrestling festival on Turkey's favourite soap. It's like EastEnders, but with nice clothes and lots of arm folding. This is the big Saturday night entertainment show where they appear to have roped Mr. Bean in as a contestant. This is a game called the potato, in which you hit one potato with another potato. Wanted to doze off. Hit me with a Turkish coffee, quick. Oh, yes, Mr. Bean's won. Look how delighted he is. He can hardly contain himself.
Amazing. OK. Phil and Vince. I hope you're watching this closely. Phil and Vince, how many main TV channels are there in Turkey?
4.
And how many satellite channels are there, ladies?
350.
Yeah. Which former resident of Albert Square has now moved to a Turkish comedy show?
Mehmet.
Yep. And what game is played on Turkey's top Saturday night show?
Hit the potato with the other potato.
That's my potato.
Tomorrow's potatoes. Potato wide. OK, yeah, I'll give you that. What was painted on the wall behind the miserable musicians?
Clouds and a rainbow.
Rainbow, yep. And how many people were playing the potato?
3.
3. Didn't you do well with that? That was marvellous. And bearing in mind what is about to come, this is a good score. Phil and Vince have got 18, Wendy and Mel have got 21. We're going way back when, into the archives. All right, then, the dodgy shirt dealers. If you'd like to just pick 1 out of 9, what are we going for, boys?
Yeah.
Doctor Who.
Doctor Who.
Doctor Who. 3 points. Good choice. Look at this.
Well, what the hell have you got to say for yourself? Doctor, I've been in bed so long. Have I been a man for being out and about? There's nothing wrong with me now.
That's for me to say.
Annie went shopping. I just thought I'd out for a breath of fresh air.
What, in your pyjamas?
Pyjamas? Well, I'm damned.
Aye.
David Rintoul replaced Bill Simpson as Dr. Finlay, but who replaced Patrick Troughton as Doctor Who?
John Pertwee.
John Pertwee. You're right. Well done. You didn't sound very confident, but you were right, ladies.
Which window?
Which window carries only 1 point? But you've got to get it.
La, 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 lo. La, 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 la. Can you do that?
And they say I do daft things on the television. Name the programme presented by the supremely versatile Derek Griffiths.
Play School.
It was Play School. Back to you, guys.
Square peg, round hole.
Square peg, round hole. 5 points. Oh, if you could get this, think about it. Oh, you could be going up the Stairway to the Stars. We've mixed the pictures from one show with the music from another. Name the two.
TFI Friday, the music, and never mind the Buzzcocks.
You're right. Very good. Right, ladies.
Who's in the loo?
Who's in the loo? 3 points. And these have proved to be very difficult, actually. Dorothy, Rose, Sophia, and who's powdering her nose?
Golden Girls. Blanche.
Blanche, yes. Oh, you needed that from the Golden Girls. Yes. Gentlemen.
Yeah, up the creek.
Up the creek. 1 point. This is Alan Davies, who plays Jonathan Creek. Which female actress co-stars?
Caroline Quentin.
It is indeed Caroline Quentin. Back to you, girls.
Shanghai Surprise.
Shanghai Surprise. 1 point. You wanted something better than that. Look at this.
But in the last 5 years, a truly staggering construction project has now changed all that. And the new face of Shanghai is going to be over here on what was... Thank you. Shouldn't have had the prunes.
A flatulent Michael Palin travelling full circle round the rim of which ocean?
Pacific.
It was the Pacific for 1 point there. Back to you, guys.
Knock, knock.
Knock, knock.
Knock, knock. You are lucky. 5 points riding on this. Have you been picking them? Who lives at 24 Sebastopol Terrace?
Paddington Bear.
Paddington Bear? No. It was Eric and Hattie Sykes. Girls, you're back in again.
Go on then. Yep.
Strike it unlucky.
Certain irony to choosing that.
Yeah.
And it carries 5 points. Have a look.
I'm sorry. Can you smell gas?
Yes. Can you see where the leak is?
No, it's very dark in here.
Well, strike a match.
Very well, my captain, I will strike it. Here, are you sure this match will not ignite a fatal gas, thereby deadening me?
Of course not, lad. Do as I say. Strike the match.
An explosive moment from the Telly Goons, but which character agreed to strike the match?
No, it's not that one.
Oh, and I think just to rub salt in the wound, there's a look of knowledge coming from the gentleman. Do you know?
Tell us.
Don't say it.
Eddie Seagull.
Sorry?
Eddie Seagull.
Eddie Seagull. Eddie Seagull? Did you know?
It wasn't Evans. It was no.
It's Blue Bottle. It was Blue Bottle. And it was the decider. Wendy and Mel have got 26, but Phil and Vince have got 27. So close, so very, very close. But you do get these, and by the way, we've had an awful lot of people asking us whether they can actually have one of these marvellous statues. But please, you can't, because they're not generally available. They're only for people who actually take part in Telly Addicts. Although this being the last of the series, if you're to go to Birmingham City Council dump tomorrow, you'll probably find a box office. Girls, sorry to say goodbye. Gentlemen, to the Stairway of the Stars. This way. So here we are, the Stairway of the Stars. I want you to win. Last show in the series, and there's a great prize at the top of there. Famous names all the way, but only one on each step relates to the questions I'm asking. The moment you hear that awful wrong noise, come back to where you were, because it takes up valuable time. But seriously, very good luck, guys. And it starts now. Owns a £150 pot-bellied pig called Max. No. Refused the 1997 Sexiest Man Alive award.
David Duchovny.
No. Played Roseanne's boss in Roseanne.
George Clooney.
Yes. Celebrates his 60th birthday in 1998.
Superman.
Yes. Starred in a film called How to Stuff a Wild Bikini.
Joan Collins.
Yes. Their talk show has been running for 5 years.
Oprah Winfrey.
No. Made their film debut in John Waters' Hairspray. Yes. Fans tried to get him nominated as the next president of the USA.
Henry Winkler.
No. Has had a triple platinum album and #1 single in Germany.
David Hasselhoff.
Yep.
Yes. Appeared on the front cover of Newsweek magazine.
Bart Simpson.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes. Jokes that he should play the lead in a live-action version of Dumbo.
Danny DeVito.
No. Childhood nickname was the Prince.
Danny DeVito.
How could you go to Danny DeVito twice?
I don't know.
Who was it?
I can't remember the question.
Come up here. Come up here. What a shame. Childhood nickname was the Prince.
Will Smith.
Ah, it was Will Smith. Can we hear that again? Oh, dear. Widescreen TVs are yours.
Thank you.
Great prize anyway, I think you'd admit. But here's the scale of it. Tied to World TV. Well, we went to Turkey in World TV. And, of course, turkey is eaten during Thanksgiving. And you were going to travel to America. But we weren't going to fly you. We were going to send you on the QE2 all the way to the States. Let's hear that again. Never mind, you got the televisions. Gentlemen, thank you very much indeed. And that was Telly Addicts. Good night.